Actually, these are top 10 questions that you have to be careful when you are signing in contract.
It covers four different experiences. So one is the family staying in dormitory and students staying in dormitory, myself and the regular student staying outside and the family staying outside.
Did you ever consider building is old or new?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I consider.
I shared some more details in the past, maybe very few, but now let me go more details with our friends' comments also. Did you consider the building is a new or old? Like this is a factor, like why the new building or old building? The question, let me explain more. The question because like after the every earthquake, the big earthquakes in Japan, the policies got changed. Like 1992 and 2000 and also 1970, there is a big changes in the building construction rules. So this is one of the factors that can you consider. It depends on the people, but I'm just asking opinions. Let's see what are the responses. If you ask me, I considered in my search, and now current building, the one it is constructed is about 2000 years after. So this is the building. You can see this building. So this building, the one in the behind. So yes, people consider. You can also consider. Did you check for elevator availability in the apartment? Yes, I do check when I search for an apartment, because the big luggages like apartment, the refrigerator and other stuff, it's difficult to move on some of the luggages, even the bed. So some people check it's required elevator. Some buildings doesn't have. Did you check for the elevator availability in the apartment?
Yeah, of course.
Did you check for the elevator availability in the apartment?
Yes.
Did you check for the building makes such as concrete structures, steel structures, wooden structures?
Yes.
Did you consider the floor position and the room position, corner room, middle rooms?
Yes.
Did you discuss the kitchen equipment for gas, electricity, or LPG or
Yes.
propane? What was the one you chose?
Mine is cheaper propane gas in between Kita gas and LPG gas.
How did you get the electricity gas contracts?
By telephone, I booked an appointment.
How do you consider did you consider winter snow or a heater of the room?
Yes, yes.
How did you manage about guarantor?
I have given the contact of
Indian PR.
Indian PR here.
Okay. Did you check about the government dormitories?
Yes, I checked, but they are away from here, so I didn't
How do
select
you
it.
rate the apartment service on the scale of 1 to 10?
9, because they gave me, like, they didn't took broker charge
That
from
is
me.
because of other guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Next, did you know that you can check the water bill as a flat rate or
Mine is fixed flat rate.
did you check the monthly prices? How much is the difference? Initial monthly cost and the variable cost?
Yeah, like for the apartment, monthly cost is 29 for me, 29,000 yen. Then extra utilities means it includes my international call service and 24 into like complete 24 into 7 there will be security service. Okay. And also water bill.
Now.
Including all this, it will cost 34,000 for me per month.
Did you check for building makes such as concrete structures, steel structures, wooden structures? If you ask me, as we had a lot of discussion before even entering into the building, and even just for information for people, yes, my friends has considered, and even I have considered this one. Some of the wooden buildings they considered because of the earthquakes in some of the cities. Even my Japanese friends, they recommended me to avoid if possible. First, did you discuss the kitchen equipment for gas or electricity, such as city gas or propane gas or LPC gas or electricity? Yes, actually we considered, because the city gas is cheaper and next goes for propane gas, and there is another LPG gas, so the price varies. Of course the quality varies, so it's up to you to choose as per your flexibility or seriousness, but yeah, people do consider this. Did you consider the floor and the position of the room, and such as corner room, middle room, and so this is actually, I have changed my previous apartment recently to another apartment, so the position of the room in the corner room is a factor for the winter, especially if you are in the cold area or the snow area like Hokkaido. It is better to avoid if you don't have a choice, but the buildings are almost constructed in a good way to handle the cold, but yeah, it is better to consider if you can have the options. And the middle rooms are because to avoid the snow, and the top floor also for snow, and the rooms near the main road, it will have some noise, so in summer to open the windows, so that is another factor. Okay, how did you sign for the electricity or the gas contracts? So actually there are ways to sign contracts, like some people do connect you like the Appamon and other companies, but there are ways in the website online yourself you can do. I did online, but my friends did through the agencies, like the third party agencies. They get you contact with the company, or even directly you can connect if you have Japanese proficiency, if you can communicate to them. Then did you consider the winter snow or heater of the room selection? Yeah, this is another factor why it is important, the winter room selection. The winter room selection, the heater selection for the room in winter, because the one is the humidity factor, because it will be dry air, and the heater, if it is like kerosene or some other heaters, small rooms will have difficulty, like the ventilation or the purification, you will have some difficulty. For me, I tried to use the city gas heater. The size also sometimes matters, sometimes you don't have options, so you have to go with that. So people do consider, I did consider, so this factor also, which kind of room heating machine is there, what is the capacity, what is the noise levels. Bad luck, you cannot check if you are signing before the winter, but you can, if changing the contract is very expensive, so try to take some comments from the seniors or the people who are already living nearby. How did you manage about guaranteer for the house contract? So guaranteer, actually the guaranteer you can get it from the student support division in universities, or else you can get the guaranteer by your friends, if you have Japanese friends who can give you your personal details like date of birth and mobile number and address. And additionally, the guaranteer can be like the permanent resident, maybe like some of the Indians here, they are per PRs, they are also supported some of the students, like it's faculty cannot be, the professor cannot be the guarantor. Some of the contracts they won't accept, some of the companies and the buildings, that you should be aware. And then did you check the government dormitory in Sapporo? Like for example, like in every city they have the government buildings and also the government dormitories and the university dormitories and also private dormitories. There are many categories, like at least for government dormitory, government buildings and dormitories are different. Again, the private dormitories and university dormitories. So some universities, like in Hokkaido, we are not allowed to stay more than 6 months. For example, in other cities like in Tokyo and Nagoya, I think they can stay longer until the graduation. So if that is the case, you can decide, but if not, just be careful, this will be the factor. So you can check for the government dormitories if you don't want to change in between. And the good part is that you don't need to worry too much. There will be somebody you can ask. It's a dormitory, so there will be staff to support you, so that you can remember. Yeah, we will share more details about Sapporo government dormitory, like I asked the staff to introduce, so maybe we will share more details. How do you rate apartment service on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe I'll rate around 8, because some of the things they didn't tell me after, yeah, when you sign the contract, like after the checkout costs are expensive for some of the buildings, they don't discuss because they wanted you to get signed. So you have some list and go there. There are some negatives also, maybe I'll share in different video what are the regrets I could feel about the apartment or maybe the apartment contract. We'll share later. I may be rating around 8. How do you know? You can check if a water bill is flat rate or per usage. This is also important, like some buildings have the water bill in the flat rate, some buildings has it like as per usage. So if you get a flat rate, it's better, because sometimes you may end up using a lot of water, sometimes not required. So I would recommend to explore it before signing a contract. And then the last 11th question. Do you know you can check the water? Yeah, this is the 11th question. 12th question. Monthly prices and the contract. Like monthly prices will be different from the initial rent cost. My building current monthly rent around 27, but the actual monthly rent comes around 38, including utilities. So be careful to check the fixed cost and the variable cost every month, how much it's varying. And my previous house contract, it was 27.5, but actual bill was before even utilities it was 35. Some standard costs are there, and again additional utilities it comes around 40-45 sometimes with internet. Did you check for the elevator availability in your apartment or a
But
house?
I was checked, but my apartment was just 2 floor. I don't check.
Don't
So,
require.
Yeah.
Did you check for the buildings made such as wooden, concrete and steel structures?
No.
No. Okay. Did you discuss the kitchen equipment for gas or electricity or city gas or propane
Yeah.
gas?
I can say about these things.
Which one is yours, propane or city
Kita
gas?
gas.
Kita gas.
Yes.
How did you get the electricity or gas contracts, by telephone or online or contact?
Offline only. I contact the apartment shop.
How did you manage about guarantor? Like you got signed up guarantor by some friends or some, who did you get guarantor?
Guarantee my professor.
Professor,
Yeah.
okay. You're not eligible for dormitory, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You are an employee. Did you check for the okay. Okay. Did you consider the winter? Did you consider the winter and the room heating when you get
Yes,
the
yes,
contract?
yes, yes. It
Which
was.
is your room heating?
It's
Gas
a
or kerosene?
kerosene.
Okay, last two questions. Last three questions. So, on the scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate Upperman service? You are used to Upperman only? No?
Yeah.
Upperman.
Yeah,
How
10.
do you rate?
I will give 10.
10. Okay. I didn't give. She gave 9 maybe.
Because they helped me a lot. Whenever I go, they help me a lot.
Do you check the water bill? Is a flat rate or a fixed rate? What is that? Water bill is a fixed
Water
rate?
bill, not fixed rate, I think.
As per you say. Monthly prices, how much?
For me, without gas,
Initial
electricity, initial cost
No. My initial monthly cost, the fixed monthly cost,
51,000.
51,000 plus water and
One,
electricity. Did you check for the building makes such as concrete or steel or wooden?
Yes, that is
One
important.
of your building is wooden, right? Last time, the first one we explored.
Yeah, it is wooden. That's why we awarded it.
Did you consider the floor, like position of the room, such as corner room, middle floors?
Actually, yes, for the building which we are staying now, because from the balcony we have a good view of Odori city and the snow mountains. So that is like if available, okay, but it's like a last priority.
Did you discuss the kitchen equipment for the gas or electricity, such as city gas, propane gas, electricity?
If I stayed in a private apartment, I might have awarded propane gas because it's expensive.
How did you get the electricity or gas contracts? Oh, your current building doesn't have.
Yeah, my current building is actually maintained by the Sapporo city, so everything is taken care by the staff. So we are living happily.
Okay, but yeah, it will vary with other people. Okay. Did you consider the winter snow or heater of the room while house selection?
Of course, you're living in Sapporo.
How did you manage about guarantee for the house contract? You don't require.
Yeah, in that case also the staff taken care of all those things.
Actually, that is an what to say. That is the next question. Are you okay? Before that, do you aware of the students of this is not relevant to you? Okay. The question is relevant to your building. You can elaborate answer.
Okay.
Did you check the apartment about the government dormitory for students in Sapporo? Actually, this is specially for you. You can answer more. How did you get there? What is the rules? In a short 1 minute.
Okay. Interestingly, when I enrolled in this university, my professor gave me some options. These are the university accommodations are there. So I want to stay with my wife, so I preferred a coupled accommodation, and I moved on when I came to Japan. But unfortunately, the university accommodations have restrictions, like you can stay only for 6 months or 1 year. But they are very nice, fully furnished and very near to university, and it's like a best option if you can get it for an indefinite time.
What are the pros and cons about the current building where you are staying?
Yeah, the current building, the main advantage is whenever, how long if you're been a student, it is given for you irrespective of your any restrictions. If you have a student visa, you can stay. And the second thing is it's fully furnished and it's in the prime location and just before the subway. It's a new building and all the things will be taken care by the staff. You need not worry if you don't know one single Japanese also. Every application, every documentation from any offices, you can just take them to the staff and they'll help you. And no need to take any contracts of water, electricity, Wi-Fi, nothing. Everything is inbuilt.
Your building, the water bill, is it a flat rate or as per usage? The bill.
Yeah, it's like a flat rate for 1 year. After 1 year, they send the revised, utility charges. Then they will revise it.
Monthly prices in the contract and like initial cost. You don't have initial cost.
Nothing like initial cost.
And
There is no moving out charges, no key charges, nothing.
Monthly cost, I think family building 36 and normal building 27. But
That is the rent, and
But you are
utilities will be 10,000, 15,000 more because you will be paying your bills, right? The electricity and water and Wi-Fi, everything. So including for winters, you will be paying around 56 to 55, and in summers you will be paying like 45 for family rooms, and for bachelors it will be way less than that.
yeah, if you are checking for the apartments in Sapporo and Hokkaido, make sure you check these things in the cold regions, especially even the northern Japan or even other cities where the snow falls. So these factors are really important for you. Do check out for latest updates and please do follow and support. Let's catch up again. Thank you.